first and goal. Mahomes swings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City! Ready, down! Put.
Hello? You play to win the game. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
What's up? Happy Hump Day, Duke. How you doing, brother?
Hump Day! Happy Hump Day, everybody. Playcall Sheet time, though. Before we get in the sheet, we got to talk sports. You heard? And that's what it is. Tap in with us, man. How you doing today, Coach?
Man, I am great. Productive day today. Work-wise, got to see my pawpaw today. Ain't seen him in a little bit, so I'm in good moods and spirits, brother.
Good moods and spirits, man. And you rock on for the grandparents. It's actually today. It's been about 12 years since my grandma passed. So be good in heaven, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Love you. You know, we're gonna make our grandparents proud tonight by hot firing on this show tonight. So tap in, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Y'all know, y'all see the emblem right there, STWF TV, Podcasting Network. Tune in with us for all your good shit.
Yes, sir. But, man, we got an action-packed show, man. Play call sheet, number football. Got a lot of topics. We're going to hit these mugs hard and heavy, but definitely going to keep the audience intrigued tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get to it, man. So, a big game we kind of talked about. We were trying to do a parlay perspective. STWF media field trip up to the big game to start the season between Jake's defending national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, and the team they defeated in the semifinals, my Texas Longhorns. Now, that's a side note. The game's a side note to me. I think the biggest part of it is that would be the final ESPN College GameDay appearance set for the great coach, Lee Corso. How you feeling about that, too?
Oh man, it's finally they finally calling it a wrap for him. I thought there's been a wrap for him, but shout out to him, man. We blessed our TV every weekend to start our college football mornings. In the show and all, you know what I'm saying, with great expertise. You get your picks at the end. You get to see the final pick, of course, the team that's hosting, versus the team that's gonna be at the stadium. And it's fire, man. I just went from costumes to, other things of that nature. So it's pretty crazy that it's all coming to an end right now. And there's a lot of things that's coming to an end on ESPN, rather than be individuals or shows, man. It's wild. It's definitely what it is Dickie V to the NCAA, man. And we know Dickie V is dealing with his issues, but he's been able to grind and continue. And these OGs have been able to, for decades, just continue to grind. And we heard multiple times, I heard Corso, you know what I'm saying, and this downgrade, obviously he's older, so you hear a lot more negativity, but I mean, he's definitely done his job. You're muted. Coach is muted right now. We're going to get him on here.
Can you hear me now? My bad.
All good, all good.
I said he made his first College GameDay appearance at Ohio State in 1996. So what's that, 29 years ago?
Yes.
What's up, Lady Kira?
What's going on? How you doing? 89 years of age, man.
Let me ask you, Lee Corso or Keith Jackson? Oh, Nelly.
I'm gonna go Corso. I'm gonna go Corso for sure. The guy was a former Florida State Seminole, two-position guy, played quarterback and cornerback.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's why he has. Okay, that explains the the loyalty he used to have towards the Seminoles back in the day.
Yes, actually 17 years as a coach as well, including a stint with the USFL's Orlando Renegades in 1985, where he compiled a 73-85-6 record during his coaching years.
Huh. That's hopefully we'll be on location for that. Jake. That game is fast. It's August 30th as a game, fastly approaching.
August 30th, man. So I mean, if this is gonna be something that we plan to do, I gotta research this, man. See what it's about. I know tickets are gonna be all the time, but it's in Ohio, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's that's pretty.
That place is gonna be rocket, and it's a noon kickoff.
Jake gonna have to wake up to that ass whooping that day.
I sure hope so, man. Cause they did see it in the semifinal game.
Absolutely, the national champion ringing out a 12 o'clock game. That is really, really ill. You know, you wake up and you defend your title on August 30th. It's a Saturday. You know, start of the college season, and it starts with you. You know, usually teams like that, you know, you get that night game where it's like, you know, you're going to be ready for that night game, but it's just a lot of prestige going in between us as a group and the fan base that we have between the two teams, and then what they give you, you know, on air, you know, on TV, you know, what both teams bring. You know, it's a matchup that was last year, a matchup that people wanted to see, though, you know, Ohio State got the best of them, but literally, the first game swinging back for Texas is against Ohio State. Yeah, this is a good scheduled game to have.
Absolutely, definitely. Playoff ramifications in week 1.
Yes. Oh yeah. I love.
So we got an update. So initially, we were going to cover. Coach Sanders was out ill. He's out of the office. There hadn't been any updates, but since then, as of this afternoon, they have provided an update on his health. They didn't specify what the health situation was, but they said he had been at his state back here in Texas for weeks, but while dealing with the unspecified health issue, and he missed the summer football camps, the annual summer football camps. But he came out and he said, got a quote from today from X, which said, "Wow, I am truly blessed for the abundance of wishes, for all the thoughts and all the prayers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can assure you all that everything is okay and will continue to be so. God got me like no other. I have so much more to do to glorify God. So please believe God got me." But he didn't say when he would return. I'm excited to get back to Colorado to be at home with my staff team and all associated to our program. When we arrive back to Boulder, you will be updated on everything. Until then, I'm coming, baby.
I'm coming. You're never gonna stop this man. We know what this man's dealing with. We know what he deals with. And all. Health for someone his age, you definitely gotta, you know, be mindful of that. But he's up in good spirits, and that's good to know. No matter what the circumstance is, Deion's always been up to the occasion since day one, since we all met him, since y'all been introduced to him. You know, he's going to give it his all, going to give it his fight. His disappearance from this team, good enough thing that he hired a great staff behind him to, you know, take care of him in his absence. But in all, Deion's working 24/7. Every coach, for the most part, is working 24/7, but he got kids as well in the NFL, so there's a lot more work going on than people may not know between college and prepping his kids for this career that they may have full-time or part-time as professional football players. So the job is never finished, even when you're off the clock for him and all fathers. Happy early Father's Day to everybody as well. For anybody tuning in, we won't have a show Sunday, so shout out to that. Just keep doing your thing, Deion. Like you said, God got you.
Can't keep Coach Sanders down, man. I know a lot of people don't like him because they say he's cocky, he's brash. He just exudes confidence, man.
Absolutely.
So me, I can't hate on that. I got to get a man his flowers.
He He hasn't said the issue is exactly, but he's battled issues with blood clots in his last 3 years. Even had
it's hereditary.
Media event, 2 years ago. So, and then he also had CU's athletic trainer added to stay with him while he's recuperating, trying to get better. We know that he had amputation of 2 of his toes and removal of the side of his left calf in 2021.
Oh, I didn't know about the calf part of it. I knew about the toes. And all those are blood clot related?
Yes.
Wow. Coach Prime, all the way from the Bean and all the way from the Metroplex. Get well, brother. Get well.
Get well, for sure, brother.
SEC updates. The great SEC update. The greatest college football conference on the planet.
Tune into the SEC pub, man. Coming back to you.
So this is kind of funny. So the SEC commissioner says that schools want oversight and structure amid the NIL agreements. The commissioner, Greg Sankey, came out and said, if you want an unregulated open system, just raise your hand and let me know. In university, the answer is no. We want oversight. We want guardrails. We want structure. Those individuals don't have the luxury to just say that in meeting rooms, period. They don't have the luxury to just be anonymous sources. They have a responsibility to make what they've sought, what they've asked for, to make it work. Structure. Are you in agreement with that? The Big Ten pub.
Big Ten pub. ACC pub, we're going to try to have as many pubs as possible, but we know the SEC is the cream of the crop in here. We know the fellas, actually 3 out of 5 of us, man, are SEC Vandalites. And Jake, our lone Big Ten guy, me, ACC never going to get it. But to your point, SEC trying to dominate what they already been dominating so far. This is not surprising to me. This is going to continue to be the way it is. This is probably why all these teams merged to come over here, because they know that they can get things to happen. And little by little, it seems like more and more things are happening, or more and more people speak out a lot, especially the coaches, admins, everybody in this conference. So this is going to be a bunch of shakedowns, a bunch of shakeups. And like I said, I'm not surprised by it. Do I agree with it? No. But this is why they're here. And whoever's hearing this out, got to hear clearly, because at the end of the day, we heard about how much money they're raking up. Dollar sign should be in your ear first before making any other decisions, because you got your castle now. Now you got to keep it sturdy. So advantage to the teams and everybody else that's running behind that, because they're surely going to be running this conference one day. This depends on what team. It's going to be the Texas SEC or Florida SEC or LSU SEC, something like that. It makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. This one actually plays a little bit close to the heart of Will. It involves Evan Stewart. I believe he was with Texas A&M at one point in time, but he transferred to Oregon last offseason. He was expected to come in and be a big contributor this year, but his season may have already been in jeopardy. He could miss the 2025 season because he suffered a knee injury this week that they believe to be a torn patella tendon. Wow. He bypassed the 2025 NFL draft to come back for his senior season. Man, that's heartbreaking, man, if that's the case.
Definitely heartbreaking. And a lot of stories that come up like that seem to go more down before they come up. This is a guy that transferred to Oregon, trying to hold the production that they had last year from the 2 guys that were there last year that are gone now, and Tez Johnson and Tayshawn Holden. This was supposed to be him breaking out and getting his stock up. And right now, and you telling me right now that he took his name out the hat, and this happened. This is sad. He could miss the whole season. It's bad, man. Former 5-star recruit, so you know he has aspirations and dreams of making it big time one day, and I think that he's going to be able to. But this injury here might have just took his stock down drastically. But, hey, we God's hands, man. Let's see if we can come back to be 100%. You don't come back to there, Will. You're absolutely right.
And this is why I say this probably has some interest for Will, because with his unfortunate injury, that could pave the way for an incoming true freshman and Will's second favorite college football wide receiver, Decorian Moore. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. That patella tendon injury, that thing's hit and miss. My son had that his senior year, cost him his senior year, obviously, and then prevented him from going to the military. That when he applied for all branches of the military branches, and they all would shine away from the patella tendon injury.
It still got some upside. It still got some upside at Oregon. 5-star freshman Decorian Moore. Then you got Malik Benson that transferred from Florida State. Still got a little bit of upside. I think that this is probably going to be one of the better receiving corps coming into the season. But this is a blow. But it gives all these younger guys and all these guys behind him to step up. Next man mentality, hopefully, and Dan Lennon has these guys ready to go. Also, Gary Bryant Jr., a pivotal upperclassman who should be able to show these guys the rope. Missed all but 2 games last year, but he's coming back as well. So yeah, this is kind of shaky right now. They're definitely a top 10 contender still in the conference. Let's see how they roll.
Something we like to do is we like list here.
List.
But Nutella is good. P Dollar. You in your bag tonight, ain't you?
Shout out to P Dollar in the building, man. Hey, when the Commanders are up, we getting P Dollar up. Nah, P Dollar's up regardless, but shout out to the Commanders.
I think we've already looked at the top quarterbacks coming into 2025 season. We looked at the top wide receivers coming into the 2025 season. Tonight, we're going to look at one of my favorite positions on the field. But, yeah, definitely is. The top linebacking corps of the 2025 season. No particular order, but right off the bat, and this team's got some good upside because I believe their quarterback was on this list and the wide receiving corps was on the list, and that's the Clemson Tigers. They've got Wade Woodass. He's coming back. He had 83 tackles, 10 for loss. They got D. Creighton, 19 tackles last year. Cole McLeod is back from injury. And they got an Alabama transfer, Jaire Alexander, to add some veteran depth. This is ACC, right?
Yep, ACC football. And if their team is stacked like this, just defensively, I mean, obviously in the ACC, they'll be able to give people nightmares. But ultimately, their defense is going to be the core. Their offense has kind of been stagnant in a sense the last few years. So let's see if this defense can bring them into the tournament and get them a win or two. That's what we know Clemson.
What? Wade Woodass is Diddy's secret identity.
Wade Woodass is Diddy's. Oh, man.
We got another ACC team on this list as well. The Pittsburgh Panthers. They got Kyle Lewis, Rasheem Bowles, and Braylon Lovelace all coming back. Lewis was a second-team AP All-American. He had 101 tackles, 15.5 for loss. Raheem Bowles had 82 tackles, 14.5 tackles for loss, and 9 pass breakups. And Lovelace tallied 53 stops, 10.5 tackles for loss. Pretty evenly distributed.
Yeah. Pittsburgh, hey, you're gonna with a team like, for instance, like say Clemson, or a team like last year, SMU, you're gonna be presented with some top-notch defenses at least for the teams that you're playing in this conference here. Defenses are going to definitely be much better. I think in the ACC, for the most part, defenses was kind of on the upside. I mean, there was some games. I mean, if you're playing Louisville, you know that it's a shootout. They're going to score. You can score on them. Most part, a lot of people rely on their defense. Definitely. Pittsburgh was a team last year that had their ups, that had their downs. This year, maybe an opportunity to win, though, because we're still speaking here about ACC teams and who's the real team. And if this team is the real team in the conference, are they one of the realest teams in the country? That's where the ACC used to stand. They kind of try to have to get that back. You see Big Ten, SEC coming and dominating. And ACC used to dominate. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least a few teams. They got to get that. They got to get to that.
I keep forgetting SMU's in the ACC now.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, this team not surprising because they have guys that go to the league every year, but they just reload year after year, and that's the Georgia Bulldogs. Last season, Jalen Walker had 60 tackles. Second team All SEC recognition. Smael, Smael Munden Jr. had 57 stops. And they helped Georgia. Both of them helped Georgia win a conference title and make the college football playoff. They also have C.J. Allen had 76 tackles, and Raylan Wilson had a mini breakout year with 47 tackles, 7 for loss, and Chris Cole chipped in 16 stops. So they got quite a bit of depth. They're running almost 2 deep at the linebacker position.
Mm-hmm. They're running there. Hey, listen here. Like you said, Coach, their defense is always there. If there's one thing you know Georgia going to bring, that defense is always stifled.
Yep.
And a conference where everybody's trying to come there and try to take your number 1 spot. Got to have that defense to come there and play and present himself, especially with we got some future number 1 picks in or first rounders on SEC teams that are quarterbacks or maybe a few that are receivers. So watch out for Georgia. They watching you and scouting you pretty good.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, P. Dollar.
Nope, not in this conference. You got to do everything to survive.
Now, this 4 team is surprising because I guess I kind of fell off from watching them as much as I used to because my favorite team is no longer in the Big 12, and that's the Baylor Bears. They went into all season. It looked like they might be one of the top teams in the Big 12. Harrison Taggart's spring transfer has nudged the title to the Bears. So they got a player featured. He's returning in Keaton Thomas, who piled up 114 tackles in his debut. He came from a JUCO. And also moved quickly in December portal window to land Trevian Barnes, the defensive player of the year from Conference USA. He had 129 tackles, 10.5 for loss, coming from Florida International. And he also got Matthew Fobbs-White from Tulane, Phoenix Jackson from Fresno State, and Marion Wilson from Oregon. So they got a lot of transfers coming. So they got some experienced guys coming in. So I can kind of see why they might get the nods to compete for the Big 12.
Oh yeah, unless Deion and them got started cooking up, but we won't talk about that. Yes, what P. Dollar said, Baylor's gonna play some D. We'll see. It's been a wacky 15 years of football for Baylor. It's been a wacky
up and down.
Years, up and down, up and down. We know if they have 100% base around them that is sturdy and smooth, we know that they can have teams that can dominate. But when is that going to happen? I mean, with this talk right now, it's only chit chatter. We still got to play the season. But the Big 12, you kind of have those 2 or 3 teams every year that you say, hey, they shit, they whack. And then you got a team like Kansas boasting your top 25. BC, pay attention. RG3 going to be on the staff this year? No. But I'm going to try to watch this Baylor team and see how they perform. As long as CCU tickets are cheap.
Next up, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They did lose Jack Kaiser, the veteran rock and middle linebacker, but it left a void. But they got Drake Bowen, who's ready to step in at the Mike linebacker position. He had 78 tackles last year. He's only one piece of an experienced unit. They have Jaden Osbury. He had 58 stops, 6.5 tackles for loss. Jalen Sneed, 51 stops, 6 tackles for loss. Kringston Valamu Asa had 37, and CJ Carr will be coming back. They're talking about the quarterback. But they lost somebody, but it got some standing. I don't know. It's kind of optimistic. I didn't see any like numbers that jumped out as compared to the other linebacker cores that we looked at.
Yeah, that's the thing with Notre Dame. They're never going to jump out like that. But as long as they're, let's say, independent and can get a free dice roll to the dance every year and almost got out of there last year with a championship, we won't know what these type of players are. We know the prospect position and stuff like that. I think they got a sturdy coach now, so I think that's gonna kind of let you know what team they are now. Like I said, like for instance, Baylor or like a Clemson, it's been rocky years. So this coach last year got through to where Notre Dame should be. And the question may still be, can they win a big game? I think they won a big game last year, so they have to level up on it and try to get 2. But all these questions will be unanswered and remain unanswered because of where Notre Dame positions themselves every season. But we know they got talent. We know they have a team. We know they got guys. But when it comes to the cream of the crop and playing those guys, what can you get?
Right.
Manti Te'o, we don't want that. Notre Dame, you don't want a Manti Te'o. So if you don't got that, you good. I want to see Indy have another all-pro linebacker get catfish. No, we don't want to see that. I actually like seeing Notre Dame being like trying to play Cinderella last season. I like that.
The sixth team chasing, who has national title aspirations, if they can stay healthy, but they're always in the mix, it's going to be Dale and his LSU Tigers.
LSU.
Whit Weeks ranked 9th nationally at 125 tackles last year. He's a 2-time All-SEC linebacker. Harold Perkins Jr. is healthy after missing much of 2024. Behind them, they've got Davon Keys, Wes Weeks to fill out the rotation. Keys tallied 31 stops as a true freshman, and Weeks, the older brother of Witt, has been a steady reserve when available after 3 seasons at LSU. You feeling that?
Dale's feeling it.
Of course. Dale drinks the Kool-Aid.
They're definitely top 15 last season in pressures as well. Speaking there, let's say Dale don't think they got trees. They got some trees, and they're gonna have some dog bodies. But it all comes down to me, LSU, comes down to that offense. Comes down to that offense. The defense can beat this. And shout out to them. They deserve this. Every year they deserve this because they have, rather it's an offensive squad or a defensive squad. But they have a defensive squad heavy like this. And they're going to say the offense is probably heavy like this. Mm-hmm. One of them ain't. Maybe it's the offense that's not going to come this year. But then they got a projected first rounder. So let's see how many times the defense is on the field this year.
That's true.
Defense got work.
And the last team that's on this list, last but not least, is my Texas Longhorns.
Main event.
You got Anthony Hill Jr. They say if you don't remember the name, remember it. During his first 2 years at Texas, he's gathered 180 tackles, 24.5 tackles for loss, 15 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles. This guy plays sideline to sideline. He flashes. He would definitely be playing on Sundays. And he's going to be a day 1 pick. little brothers. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. Also, they've got Trey Moore. He's moving to weak side linebacker. And then they have Leona Leofau. He finished 5th on the team in tackles with 63 last season. And they got an Arkansas transfer, Brad Spence, with 54 stops. Anthony Smith with 16 in limited snaps last year. But it's a Hill is the headliner as returning. He's a second team All-American last year. And we're going to see. I think the defense is going to be the strength of that team this year.
Yeah, I think these guys coming back and all, they're definitely going to have a bolstered upperclassman portion of that defense. And that's good to have, along with a guy that's been sitting literally. I mean, he got some playing time last year, and Archie on the other side that's been just doing homework and just observing. Now he gets to really, really, really play. This is his now. All his. Until proven another way. So it will be good for Archie early to have this defense on fire and always have this defense on notch, top notch during the season. So, yes, Texas defense, you got to be blazing if you want to have yourself a successful season and hopefully for your sake, hook them a national championship.
I'll probably say you made a very valid point as far as like that defense initially. Are probably going to have to carry Arch until he kind of settles, see what he's about. First year as a starter. And I think that's it. The backup quarterback is Trey Owens. He's a redshirt freshman.
Gotta keep that man up.
Yeah, gotta keep him upright.
Gotta keep him up. The offensive line gotta keep him up. The team gotta keep him up. The defense, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be. If that defense is crazy, then that's more playing time for him on the field. These top teams.
Pete Dollar saying it's gonna be his daughter's senior year at UT coming up this year.
Oh snap! Listen here, tell her to hit Archie up so we can get tickets to the game, son. Come on. Tell her. Matter of fact, those students got it. How do students get tickets in colleges? Do they got to enter like a raffle? I know up here at BC, they have a raffle, and then they pick students based on a raffle who gets like the opportunity to have like season tickets or something like that.
I think the big schools like BC, they got to do that. The small schools like the one I went to just got to flash your student ID.
Exactly. Like the house I went to, you got to flash your student ID, bring your ass right in.
Oh, Mike got a bold proclamation. Arch is going to come out the gates on a mission. He's going to win the Heisman. You heard it here first. We will revisit this.
I mean, the last name, he's coming in on a mission. And we know Peyton, when Peyton came in on a mission, besides when he had to play the Patriots, he was ready. So, yeah, maybe Heisman is his. But I'm not going to call it right now. But I like the prediction, Mike, because you know why? Predictions of what makes classics, what makes storylines, what makes it.
You make sure when y'all take this LJ, your punk ass don't disappear. Stand on business, damn it. Leave my Longhorns alone.
Oh, Will said Legway gonna have something to say about that.
I couldn't disagree more. No, I'm playing. I couldn't agree more. Will's right. I think his quarterback, in my opinion, is the front runner for the Heisman. Will think he's gonna disappear, or you think he's gonna stand on business? Let's switch gears real fast, man. Gonna go to the NFL. There was a big player release yesterday. One Jaire Alexander. The Packers tried to trade him several times. They could never find any suitors, so they ended up releasing him outright. A couple of teams that have been rumored that might have interest in him. Kind of scary, too. The first one is not. The Miami Dolphins, the 49ers, the Eagles, the Rams, and the Ravens. And as much as I hate to say this, and the Vikings in there as well, sorry. Hold on. Got a lot of teams in here. Vikings, Cowboys, and Falcons. Me personally, I think he goes to the Eagles. The only reason why, and we're going to talk about it here in a little bit, they are about rumored to move Cooper DeJean to safety.
Oh, man. Listen here. They move Cooper DeJean to safety. They have even some cap, and we know the Mafia getting that money to go get him if they need him. And that would be like the ultimate disrespect because basically how they ended their tenure here. If he goes to the Eagles, a team that's been kicking Green Bay's asses the last couple of years, and he goes there, and then they continue to whoop Green Bay's ass, it's going to be like a kryptonite type situation. But we're not just talking about Green Bay. We're talking about overall. The Eagles definitely can benefit from this. You get another veteran over there. You still got guys young. You still can mess around with the cap. So this is not a bad sign if you go there. Every team on his list, of course, are contenders. Well, I won't say contenders, but teams that can get in the playoffs. And that's what we start saying about NFL teams. Teams that can get in the playoffs. There might be one team that you say, oh, they can win the Super Bowl, but the rest of it's a round robin. It's everybody else can kind of, you know what I'm saying, lose on any given day. So, yeah, I can see him either with the Eagles or I can see him with the Ravens. I think the Ravens lost somebody.
Mine saying if the Eagles get Alexander, I'm not watching anymore. The NFL is just allowing Howard Roseman to cheat at this point. Hey, he's the greatest GM in the NFL right now. He makes it happen.
My man knows how to cash out of a bet.
And P. Dollar say he think he takes a discount. Yeah, I think it's I've heard it might be anybody that signs him, it might be like a 1 year incentive.
Listen,
like for about 12.5 to 13 million.
Listen,
not bad for a former All-Pro.
It's not bad for a former All-Pro to go on a team with guys that are gonna help you out in the best possible way. Listen, let's bruises on your body for potential maybe back-to-back. I'm going to take that. No disrespect to Green Bay. But when it comes to Green Bay, for what you want me to do, I needed my cake. And sometimes people don't realize that. So he's going to sign with the Eagles and people are like, oh, but you wanted this money from Green Bay. He knows what type of work he was going to have to do being in Green Bay.
Yep.
He knows what type of work he's going to have to do going to any other one of these contending teams. And Green Bay, and that's the crazy thing. Green Bay is a team that can go in there to the dance and maybe beat a team. So him leaving there may not be Green Bay's loss because you know Green Bay still gets that money and maybe they can go get somebody. You know, maybe they can go sign a Trey Hendrickson. You know what I'm saying? Away from the Bengals because the Bengals don't want to sign him. You know? So we know Green Bay always got something coming. But they had to get rid of him.
Couldn't agree more. What do you think about your Cowboys, too?
Like I said, I think we talked about this probably a couple months ago. I wouldn't mind it. But I'm sad to say this. Maybe you don't need all that stardom. We don't need that. I don't like it. I mean, it's not with him. Because personally, you know, he goes out there and he does his business and handles his job. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he does on the field, that's his job on the field. He's not doing no extra crazy stuff. But, yeah, maybe I like kind of how our team is constructed defensively. We don't got no guys that's above another guy. You know, we may have paid Diggs, but that's because the market told us to. But I don't think Diggs was thinking that he was, like, better than the next guy. I just think cohesive and as a unit, we was all playing as a unit. You know what I'm saying? Been no break. So if Jaire can come in and do that, cool. But if he's going to come in with the ultimate, you know what I'm saying, ultimate bug, then, yeah, we don't want him. But, I mean, he's a talented guy. So I wouldn't mind rolling the dice on him if we had to do it.
Okay. Now, this next story, too, if Dale was here, he would probably say, it couldn't happen to a better organization. And that is the 28-3 Atlanta Falcons. they've been trying to trade Kirk Cousins, but the market is reportedly dried up after Aaron Rodgers joined the Steelers. My question is, you knew this was going to happen. Why would you sign him to all that money and then run out and grab Hendrickson in the first round?
I tell people this. The market would have you do some crazy shit. And sometimes you're pinpointed as the team on the market to go get him. Sometimes we watch the games and that's dandy. But what I've learned with, especially with you guys, is you got to process this shit. You really do. And some people don't even get to process it because they got the bug right behind them. They got the puppy right behind them. And this is the situation that Atlanta had to go with Kirk Cousins, a guy that's been taking money forever.
Ever.
To go get a QB. This is the favor they did for the NFL. Go sign Kirk to this money. Go get the guy backing up and weighing. And this is going to be some drama. But honestly, I don't even think it's drama. Honestly, I think Kirk's just chilling. I think Kirk's just fucking, what he been doing his whole career? Nonchalant. Have you ever heard Kirk Cousins talk about drama? Ever talk about money? No. He's going to be making money. And, hey, if he don't play and they want Penix to play, hey, take the cheddar.
Yeah.
Take the cheddar. I don't think, like, and people are going to make it this way because, like you said, Coach, the situation of how it happened, you know what I'm saying? They signed him and then they immediately go get Penix, and now Penix may look like he's going to be an ASAP. This is what quarterback, this is the luxury of being a quarterback in the NFL, I feel. The luxury. Because when they start to think you suck, you already made enough money from them. So now you're just in the face making a bunch of money. So if I'm Kirk Cousins, yeah, the athlete in me wants to play. But if y'all want to go play that guy, go ahead. My $35, $40 million ass will be sitting on this bench until you want me to play again. Now, if I don't play again, now that's a problem. But I don't think Penix is really ready yet. So at some point, we'll probably see Kirk again.
Especially considering his Penix's injury history himself. My biggest thing is, and we talked about this when they signed him to that big ass contract last year. He was coming off an injury himself. Why would you give him all that money?
Telling you, Coach, y'all taught me this. Well, I kind of knew this, but y'all like extended my lifeline on this. The market. It's the market, Coach. It's it has to. Listen, somebody gonna get signed. This guy, we talk about it a million times. They can't sign Kirk Cousins to that. They can't sign Kirk Cousins to that for every year because we like free agency, we like the draft. Guys in the market. And I say all the time, if you talk to the market and the team signs you, you're going to get that market, though, based on where you're positioned at. No matter what. This is why we wait for the chips to fall when these number one top prospects to get picked and these number two prospects, then the money sheds around. Kirk Cousins got that last year as being number one and the number two top QB. And we know what the QB makes. Kirk Cousins didn't know about that Jay Cutler's. Yes. Yes.
Mike did this some Inception type shit right there. Kirk Cousins is the Joe Montana of Jay Cutler's.
Shout out to you giving Jay Cutler that praise.
Man.
I like Jay Cutler. You know what I'm saying? Hey, fantasy guys like Jay Cutler too because it was only 1 point minus for a pick. And you still got 6 if you threw a touchdown or threw for whatever you threw for. So, I mean, Cutler, hate and love him. I don't think people hate and love Kirk. I think people just hate Kirk.
I give Cutler a pass because I think, Will had brought up a couple of weeks ago. Dude had freaking type 2 diabetes and nobody knew it. All right. Contracts. Got a couple of guys who either do new contracts or expecting new contracts. Tell me which one you think gets their contract first, if at all, Took. We got James Cook with the Bills, Scary Terry with the Commanders, Your cousin TJ Watt with the Steelers, Trey Hendrickson with the Bengals, and Micah Parsons with the Cowboys. Who gets their contract first?
I say the man that's been through the struggle the whole time, and that's Scary Terry. I think they get him in ASAP. I mean, all those other guys I think will get paid, but all those other guys we know what they is. Scary Terry, for the way that the Commanders are ascending and how he's now the vet of all vets in that organization, I think he gets paid. I think he gets paid first.
What's up, Brandon?
I don't think James Cook gets paid first. It's crazy because I didn't even think Buffalo would give him that, but I think Buffalo will end up doing it, because they got to kind of keep themselves as the team that they are constructed, ticket fans see that, so you might have to keep it. But what? Hold on. P Dollar, put that on what P Dollar just said. Especially with Noah Brown getting carted off the field on the second day of practice. What?
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Buffalo never pays their running backs, though. You're right, Brandon. Shout out to you being on tonight. They never do. So why James Cook, right? Shit. Listen here. That market's a scary place to be at. We just talked about markets. Think of market. When you're thinking of guys now, think of market.
I think, and also I think Washington has to pay Scary Terry by trading for Debo. Debo making some pretty good money, and you got to take care of your guy. That's your, wide receiver one. That's what he's looking at. Like that, you paying this guy more than me. Football's an egotistical sport, guys. It's definitely a measuring contest when it comes to the wallets.
Definitely. The Watts. You heard what he said. Marshawn Lynch, Devin Singletary, now James Cook. No, Brandon, I agree with you. I just think at this juncture now, Buffalo, and nobody needs nobody, but they probably need James more than James needs them right now. Because like I said, if the Bills don't go get him, another sucker in the market is going to go get him.
You standing on there too?
I'm standing on all this market shit, man. Now there might be somebody that's fifth in the market that may be the best on the market, but he won't get paid like the best because he still has to prove it. These guys here, Debo is at 20. Terry should get a 3-year for $100 million. That would be dope. Yeah, Brandon, I don't disagree with you whatsoever. I just think Buffalo's gonna fucking pay him. I just got some strange feeling Buffalo gonna pay him.
3 years, $100 million? Y'all just giving away money, huh?
P. Dollar giving that out to him.
Could the Bills trade James Cook like they did Stephon Diggs? I can see that.
No, you can't. Tell you why.
Okay.
Wide receiver value holds heavily more than James Cook in the running back. Now, James Cook if James Cook doesn't get paid, say he doesn't get paid, he has to come out here another year and perform, and he does that, then yeah, you got leverage. But right now, he has no leverage. Who are they getting for him? Who's trading for him? He's gonna earn himself. He's gonna have to give himself some more leverage, continual leverage, to be like.
You convinced me. You convinced me. 4 years, $136 million. Who that?
Who that? Oh, there.
All right. Next up. Oh shit. Next up, we got probably the real reason Will's not here tonight, because we told him we was going to be talking about his favorite quarterback. That's one Aaron Rodgers. As we talked about the other night, he signed with the Steelers. But they have finally released the contract details and the bonuses of his $13.7 million deal. Now, the way it breaks out is got a 1 year, $13.65 million base, got a $10 million bonus, signing bonus, a $14.5 million cap hit, $5.8 million in incentives. You get a $500,000 for a playoff berth, $600K for a wild card win, $750K for a divisional win, $1 million for a conference championship, and $1.5 for a Super Bowl win, and another $1.5 for a league MVP. Two, does he touch any of his incentive package of $5.85 million?
He is the best glue guy that a team's ever signed. I don't even think he'll hit any of those incentives, honestly. But then he's in a situation where he's with Pittsburgh, and we know how Pittsburgh rides. You know, they're going to play tough, they're going to play hard, but I'm going to say one thing here, and it always gives the prospect. It's all going to fall, the team, it's all going to fall on this quarterback here. Aaron Rodgers wants it all to be solemnly on him. This is what Pittsburgh's going to get with him. Aaron Rodgers, the guy here. But actually, I liked how all this played out at the end of the day. From him saying months ago that he wants to go to Pittsburgh, and then him kind of chilling so that people like Will continue to hate him and dislike him because they think Aaron Rodgers is star in the media. No, Aaron Rodgers is 30, almost 40 years old. Every day he might wake up like, I might want to retire. Oh, I might want to play. But Pittsburgh always gave him the offer. If you want to play, we got you. We're going to do everything in our power. Not go get Jaire Sanders. Not go get the next QB that we could have got to go get you, the ultimate glue guy. So, yeah, that's what I can say about it. I think Aaron Rodgers to come to this team is good money. You know, Pittsburgh is the ultimate glue football team. They sign guys, try to glue them up, and the best thing about their glue is Mike Tomlin glue. It lasts until it don't last no more. And all Aaron needs that type of season. If he has that type of season, he's going to hit one incentive. I don't think he's going to hit the rest of them because that brings you deep in the playoffs. But if he makes a playoff berth, which Pittsburgh could do, they've proven it before, then for a guy his age, it's a win. Him standing up at his age is a win.
You say standing up?
It's standing up at his age. I thought when he got hurt 2 years ago, I thought he was done. I thought it was over. He's still standing.
Will this be Omar Epps' first losing season with AR?
It could end that way. It could end that way. But hey, you ended with one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Boy, got a lot of chatter tonight on AA Run.
No, but be real with you. But be real. If the Steelers do go 4-13, that's what everybody wants. Everybody wanted it for years. But the Steelers go 8-8, and guess what? Guess what they see themselves at? Aaron Rodgers gets almost $13 million, and they get a top 5 draft pick, and then they can go get a guy that's on the top of the chart. Maybe they go get Archie Manning.
Or nothing.
But Pittsburgh has, I feel like they're so united as a team that they won't go that far down. I can't picture Pittsburgh as a top 5 worst team in the league.
Right.
Can't.
CJ Godwin, he's one of the available free agents this past offseason. And I believe, I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's Jake or Will, but one of them was championing for him to join their favorite team, the New England Patriots. It came out today, 2 days ago, rather. Chris Godwin had rejected a $30 million Patriots contract. Do you think he did right by going back to Tampa Bay? $30 million a year? Is he worth that much money?
Nice weather. Check. Talked about every day. Check. Don't gotta split the receiving room with like 90 different receivers. Check. I think this was good money for Chris Godwin. I mean, ultimately in the future, probably not, because the Patriots will get out of all that and they'll have their number 1, They're number 2 and number 3. But right now, why would I want to go to an organization that don't even know what the fuck they are themselves? At least I know what Tampa Bay is. And that's no disrespect to the Patriots because they're going to find out what they are this year. You know what I'm saying? They did a lot in free agency, so they're going to find out who they are. They still have maybe some missing pieces, and they can continue to build. But right now, what I'm hearing from Patriots fans is it's going to be an excellent season. So I'm going to speak about y'all like y'all saying. It's going to be an excellent season. So, yeah, I think Chris Godwin was correct for not coming to New England. But what I said, nice weather. Don't know what type of team this is going to be. Even though if Tampa Bay is worse than New England this year, it was going to come. Hey, cool. But he's pretty stable with who he's with, man. Baker over Drake May, he said.
Baker over Drake May?
That's what he says. I'm not saying that because y'all know I mess with Drake May. You know what I'm saying? I mess with Baker too, but I didn't say that. So don't open words about anybody. Not saying that because I know somebody in the comments will say it. But Jackson, Florida, is better too.
Yep.
And you can go travel to live or whatever.
BBL Drizzy, man.
BBL Drizzy.
So I had mentioned earlier that the Eagles were they're talking about in their base defense of moving Cooper DeJean to safety. Is this a sneaky move or overreaction?
It's I think it's a little bit of an overreaction because of what in the little time that he's been with the Eagles, what he's done. And just in case anybody don't know, YouTube this man. He has great ability. He can jump too. I've seen some dunks that he had over the course of this offseason. Yeah, dude can fly. I think this man can do whatever he sets his eyes to, man. And you know, going to the crayon and saying that is crazy. But I think he's one of a kind.
That's high praise.
John's one of the kind. He's gonna listen here. That man can do whatever he wants right now to prove otherwise. That man came in. People were giving him hype last year. When he got drafted, he believed the hype and he over exceeded the hype. I want him to rock.
I can't do number respect that.
Oh, hey. I didn't even think about Jason Sehorn and I didn't even think about the whole safeties and straight racism thing, but it really is. But I'm not going to mention that. See, I was trying to take that out of my head. But there we go. Yeah, it's an overreaction.
Fair enough. Last topic for the night, too. It's got a little bit of a video. This is former players, kids, and coaches. Let's see, here we go.
Dino. You know what Dino went, right? BC. Okay. Moose Muhammad. Oh, Shiloh. My guy, Shiloh.
So what do you think about that, too?
This world, this people say it. People should say it a long time ago. People still say it to this day. It's not what you know sometimes, it's who you know. And I'm not saying that a lot of these players get opportunities because of the guys that were beside them, but the energy, the emotion, the gift, the praise that you give for every night comes through those guys. For them these younger siblings or family members to be in this position. So God bless them. Because I say it right here on air, I wish it was me. I wish it was me. Even if it was just 3 days of a training camp. Just to get the sweater. Just to get the jacket. And I'm speaking on this of me not possibly making a team. If I go and I try out for a squad and I was in shape to make a squad, I would make it. But I know that they'll cut my ass on the first day. So I'll be happy with the warm up again and all that shit. And just tell everybody, hey, I was there the other day, and hopefully getting another call to go to another kid and trying to make the team. But yeah, man, shout out to all them individuals there, and I hope you all make your family proud.
That part. All right, brother. Told you we gonna knock this show out tonight. We did it as always.
You know what I'm saying?
Who you got for shout outs?
I want to shout out Coach Kuiper and Tuke Schefter tonight for putting in the work. Shout out to Will and Jake, you know what I'm saying, for being in the comment thread. You know, though you guys couldn't be here. We wish you could, but shout out to you guys once again for the commentary. Shout out to Miz for the commentary. And I'm just going to do the coach can do the rest of the roll call, but I want to give a shout out to you guys, especially, man, for just being vital and inspirational in not only coach's life, but my life as well, man. Keep coming, guys. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Love ya.
Shout out to Mike, Will, Lady Akira, Jalissa, P. Dollar, Jake, and Brandon. And as always, if we forgot anybody's name, our apologies, man. They did it. Hey, Will, what's a pedo's favorite garden to have sex in? A kindergarten? Wow.
Kindergarten. Oh,
wow.
Well, he didn't ask the question to me, man. So cool. You asked Will.
What's our sign out tonight, brother? Two.
Dale, Jake, and Will suck. Y'all suck.
Hey, I gotta second it, but we love y'all, man.
Y'all suck. That's the Gemini in me, everybody. If you know, you know. Y'all suck. 1, 2, 3. Dale suck. Jake suck. Will suck.
Out of this biatch.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.